In this video we'll look at introducing 3D objects. What are the materials we can use? One of the materials we can start with is basically like a stamp. So you have a 3D object. So you take a 3D object, so like this, and then you basically stamp it. The stamp has to be a little wetter, so you get a nice stamp of it. So you say actually the 2D shapes that we have been doing, right? 2D shapes that we have been doing are actually projections of some sense of 3D objects. So you have a 3D object, and then you stamp it is when you get your circle, your square, it could be a rectangle. So all these shapes are actually coming from 3D objects that when they get stamped. So this is a way to start saying that, the 2D objects are in fact coming from the 3D objects. 3D objects are not new. The second is Judocubes. So you can create Judocubes and say, what is when I look at the cube, and because you can use a graph paper if you like, which will have neat squares, or you can use a grid paper, and then you can actually draw out that this one will look like okay. So this is what now I'll just call it top view, I guess, but usually it will be like this, so it will be the front view. Anyway, so let's say this is the top view. Then I look from here, and then that will be the front view, and that's basically looking like right. So that's the front view, and then you have the side view, and look at it from the side. The side. So this is one way in which we can, and this block is different, so I can even convert it for fun. Okay, and say, okay, with these views, can you reconstruct the shape? And we did this in engineering drawing. If you've done engineering drawing in college, then this is constantly what we would do. But you don't have to take complex shapes. You take shapes that you can make with a Judocube. You can build it with a Judocube. And then that's a lot of fun, because children can build and they can hide the shape, and they can say, okay, this is the projections, build the shape. Right? So that could be an interesting exercise you can get through. Initially you can see them and draw them, and eventually it can be like a puzzle. So you can basically get to the point where you have puzzles and you need to build this kind of shape based on the top view and front view and side view. So that's the projections. After you get to the projections, you can also do closed surface area. So closed surface area with nets. So like making a box is a very nice example given in it, that if you go to a I think sweet shop, then you will get all these. They'll make boxes for you, right? So they'll start from, you need to have a little bit of extra here and there to be able to stick in the end. So they're already there, nets are already there in the notebook. You can even download it from the web, and you can create these nets and build these closed shapes. So children get an idea of the surface area that it takes to make these shapes. So surface area is actually the area of the net, the 2D net that was used to create this 3D object. So to draw nets, you need to really visualize and have contiguous areas and think of how you are going to close the object from the side. And again, many nice examples are there in the Tamil Nadu board textbooks. But you should be able to download the nets on these nets for solid shapes online, and also print it out and cut it out and build them.